505 men. That is not a statistic. That is 505 families who never saw their father come home. 505 soldiers who never finished their last meal. 505 men killed by a single human being in less than 100 days. No aircraft, no artillery, no tank. Just one man, one rifle, and snow. The Soviet army called him the White Death. They sent entire units to hunt him down and kill him. Every single one of them failed. This is the story of Simo Häyhä, the deadliest sniper in the history of human warfare. And what happened to him will shock you more than anything you have heard so far. To understand what Simo Häyhä became, you first need to understand what he was before the war. He was not a soldier. He was a farmer, born in 1905 in a small Finnish village called Rautjärvi. Häyhä grew up doing what Finnish boys in that region did. He hunted, he farmed, he lived in the forest like it was his second home. Because it was. By the time he was a young man, Häyhä was one of the most respected competitive shooters in all of Finland. His scores at local marksmanship competitions were extraordinary. He stood 5 feet 3 inches tall, small, quiet, unremarkable to look at. He was 34 years old and completely at peace with his life when the Soviet Union invaded Finland on November 30th, 1939. Everything changed overnight. The Winter War is one of the most extraordinary conflicts in military history. On one side, the Soviet Union, the largest military force on Earth. Over 450,000 soldiers, thousands of tanks, total air superiority. On the other side, Finland, a nation of 3.5 million people. Every military expert on Earth predicted a Soviet victory within 2 weeks. They were catastrophically wrong. Finland had something the Soviet Union did not expect: the terrain. The Finnish-Soviet border was dense, ancient forest, broken by frozen lakes and narrow passes where tanks became useless and numbers meant nothing. Finland also had something else. Men like Simo Häyhä. Men who had grown up in that forest, who knew every tree, every shadow, every sound that didn't belong. When the Soviets crossed the border, Häyhä picked up his rifle and walked into the forest. He did not come back for 100 days. What Häyhä did over the next 100 days defies rational explanation. Working in temperatures that dropped to minus 40 degrees Celsius, in conditions that would kill most people before they even raised a rifle. He wore all white, head to toe. In the snow, he was completely invisible. He never used a telescopic scope. Every other sniper in the war used magnified optics. Häyhä refused. He used only the standard iron sights on his rifle. His reason was simple and terrifying. A telescopic scope catches light. It creates a tiny reflection that an alert enemy can spot. Iron sights do not. He wanted to be invisible. He also did something that seems almost impossible. Before settling into a firing position, he would pack snow into his mouth. Because breath in cold air creates visible condensation. A tiny white cloud that rises above a position and tells an enemy exactly where you are. With a mouthful of snow, his breath disappeared completely. He was a ghost. His confirmed kill count grew at a rate that stunned even his own commanders. In one day, 25 kills. In 1 week, over 50. By the time he had been in the forest for a month, the Soviets knew something extraordinary was happening. Entire units were being destroyed by a single shooter they could not locate. They gave him a name. Bela Smrt, the White Death. The Soviet command did not take the White Death lightly. They sent counter-snipers, their best marksmen, to eliminate him. Häyhä killed them. They sent artillery to destroy the areas where they believed he was operating. They shelled entire sections of forest, hoping to catch him in the open. He moved. He adapted. He survived. They sent whole infantry units into the forest with orders to find him and kill him at any cost. He picked them off one by one as they moved between the trees. Soldiers refused to move in certain areas. Officers could not give orders in the open. The simple act of being visible, even briefly, meant death. And one Soviet officer reportedly told his superiors, "We are not fighting a man. We are fighting the forest itself." For 98 days, Häyhä operated virtually undetected. His confirmed kill count reached 505. Then on March 6, 1940, everything changed. A Soviet soldier, firing almost randomly into the tree line, fired an exploding bullet. It hit Simo Häyhä in the face. His jaw was largely destroyed. He lost consciousness immediately and was left for dead in the snow. His fellow Finnish soldiers found him hours later, still breathing, barely. They carried him back to Finnish lines. Simo Häyhä regained consciousness 11 days later. On March 13, 1940, the day he woke up, the Winter War ended. He had been promoted to second lieutenant, the fastest battlefield promotion in Finnish military history. The doctors said he would never look normal again. His face was reconstructed through multiple surgeries. He lived. After the war, after the surgeries, after everything, he went back to his farm. He hunted. He raised dogs. He competed in shooting competitions. He gave almost no interviews. He did not seek fame. He did not write a memoir celebrating his kills. When journalists asked him how he felt about killing 505 men, he answered the same way every time. Quietly, without drama. He said, "I did what I was told to do, as well as I could. Nothing more." He lived to be 96 years old. Dying in 2002, more than 60 years after the Winter War ended. The deadliest sniper in human history spent the last 6 decades of his life as a farmer and a hunter in the Finnish countryside. Peaceful, quiet, completely at home in the forest that had once made him the most feared man on earth. 505 confirmed kills in 100 days. In -40-degree temperatures, with iron sights, without a single day of formal sniper training. Just a farmer who knew his forest and did what needed to be done. Military historians still debate whether anyone has ever matched what Simo Häyhä did. Most conclude no one ever has. Subscribe for a new untold military story every week. I'll see you in the next one.